Hi guys, it's Lisa from Salesvision with the Salesvision 100 video challenge. It's I think it's day 50. It's either 50 or 51. I think it's day number 50 for me today. Somehow I always lose count. But welcome to my video and happy Saturday. It was my mentor Vincent Ortega Jr.'s birthday today. So if you happen to see him or talk to him, tell him happy birthday. Wish him a very happy birthday. He is a great mentor and fearless leader and selfless leader. He actually spent his birthday today with his people from Salesvision, who see him as a great mentor, and he spent 2 or 3 hours with us giving back, sharing all of his secrets for creating $100 million in sales and 100 million followers, I think is what he was up to. But he's impacted hundreds upon thousands upon millions of lives. And he taught us the things that he does, that he used to do, the daily IPAs, or income producing activities. He has shown us, today we went over about 40 or so, and there's a couple hundred, but we went through 40 or so daily things from getting up an hour early in the morning, to what we eat, to what we listen to different online activities that we do to get leads, sharing value, and it is all going to be gamified within Salesvision, and we'll be able to earn points and get on leaderboards for doing our daily IPAs, income producing activities. And there'll be a checklist, and every day, we will go through, and whatever ones we do, we get points for, and it'll renew every day, and it's going to be awesome. It's going to help us to hopefully achieve something close to his level of success. If we're lucky, even 1/10 of that would be amazing. And it's going to grow us as marketers and entrepreneurs, and we will be increasing our leads, and more than anything, we'll be building our email list, which is the number one factor accounting for his making over $100 million was his email list. And he said that is the number one thing. The money is in the list. That if you're not creating an email list and building an email list, then you shouldn't bother even doing this type of work and trying to make money online. It was a great webinar. I'm going to leave a link to it, and I hope you'll watch the replay. It is very valuable. But we are on the 21 irrefutable laws of leadership. We have 2 laws left, and today is law number 20. Let's see. And John Maxwell said the 20th law is the law of explosive growth. This refers to the ability to develop the right leaders. We call leaders math versus followers math, and I'll explain what that is. Basically, leaders who develop leaders versus leaders who develop followers. First, break all the rules. So basically, anybody who has influence is a leader. So pretty much anybody can lead some people and have followers. But what we're talking about here in the law of explosive growth is someone who not only develops followers, but also develops leaders. So the law of explosive growth states that to add growth, you must lead followers, but to multiply growth, you must lead leaders. According to John Maxwell, you can grow by leading followers, but if you want to maximize your leadership and help your organization reach its potential, you need to develop leaders. That's the only way to experience maximum explosive growth. Leaders who attract followers but never develop leaders get tired. Being able to impact only those you can touch personally is very limiting. Think of someone like a coach, when you're doing one-on-one counseling, and a lot of people in that type of work end up burning out. They're continually helping people, but at the level of people who need them and need significant help and coaching. So they're developing their followers, not their leaders. But in contrast, leaders who develop leaders impact people far beyond their personal reach. Every time you develop leaders and help them increase their leadership ability, you make them capable of influencing an even greater number of people. So, that's the law, the universal law of exponential growth, that's taken into account here. Think of how Christianity started with Jesus Christ, and he was developing his disciples to also spread the message. And Christianity today is, one of the biggest religions. If he had only been developing followers, Christianity probably would have failed. So that is a perfect example of the law of explosive growth. Sure, he was helping followers and healing people, but he was developing leaders in the disciples. And thank goodness he did, because long after he was crucified, the disciples continued to spread the word. So many leaders are impatient because they want to achieve their vision. However, other people in the organization aren't always on the same page. So how do they close the gap between where they want their team to be and where they are? A good example of that is our current president, who very much wants to achieve his vision, but isn't so keen on developing leaders because he wants to be the supreme leader. But I apologize. I shouldn't be getting into politics here. I always try to think of relevant examples, and that seems to always come up. But Maxwell believes the answer lies in the law of explosive growth. He writes, there are 3 critical stages in the leadership journey. Leaders can develop themselves and experience personal success. They can grow a team, and their organization will experience growth, or they can develop leaders so their organization can achieve explosive growth. Now, breaking it down, leadership is basically, it's a whole lot more than attracting followers. Leaders basically need to spend time developing other leaders and encouraging, for instance, their strong employees in the company to grow, not just spending their time helping the bottom 20%. Because if they're only helping the weakest members of the organization, the ones that require the most time and attention, the bottom 20%, that leader will spend 80% of their time trying to help those people. But if they use that time to develop their top 20% of employees instead, their leadership can help carry the weaker employees, and then everyone improves overall. And that's thinking about the future of your organization. So it's going beyond your vision, and that, the legacy and the organization, everything will carry on years after you're gone. To go to the highest level, you have to develop leaders of leaders. Some leaders want to make followers. I want to make leaders. Not only do I want to make leaders, but I want to make leaders of leaders. And then leaders of leaders of leaders. That is a quote by John Maxwell. Once you're able to follow that pattern, there's almost no limit to the growth of your organization. So that's why to add growth, you just lead followers. But to multiply growth, you lead leaders. And that, in a nutshell, is the law of explosive growth. I'm going to read one more quote by John Maxwell. Good leaders lead for the sake of their followers and for what they can leave behind after their time of leadership is completed. So it's about their legacy, what they can leave behind. While it's nice to feel personally needed, leaders limit the potential of their company if they don't train other leaders in the organization. If they spend time developing other influential leaders to carry the weight, the company will last longer. So that pretty much sums it up. Tomorrow we will get into Law 21, the last one, and give a general overview, a summary of all of the laws. So I hope you found that valuable, and leave a comment below. Hit the like and give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. All right, I love you guys. Bye.